6 minutes after 9 o'clock. It is a beautiful Tuesday in May. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful out there. Carol Ann Baldwin is here to talk to you about what you can do in that beautiful weather to make your garden and your lawn a little bit more green. And good morning, Carol Ann.
Good morning, Larry. How are you doing this morning?
Good. Phone line's open if you want to call Carol Ann.
Super.
And well, show and tell. Show and tell.
Show and tell. Oh, there's our apple.
I think I counted 11 leaves this morning. One tiny little leaf. Look at that.
Oh,
Check
look
that
at
out.
there. Look at there. Can you get it?
Show your fans right there.
There we go. There's the apple tree.
Apple tree and a coffee cup.
Apple tree and a coffee cup. So we have like it's a coffee. It could one day be a coffee cake. Yeah. An apple coffee cake.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yes. Maybe one day I'll drink a cup of tea out of that cup under that tree.
Just wash it out because it's got dirt in it.
Almost sounds like a poem. Yeah. Wash it out for sure. And how do you like that dirt? That's store-bought dirt.
That's store-bought dirt.
Robin purchased that dirt for me.
So we got it.
Not bad, huh?
No, it looks good. Nice, healthy little guy. Yeah, happy widow twig.
My show and tell every week.
That's it. Every week we got it.
Now you know when you have your own child, you don't notice how much it grew. Mm-hmm. But does it look bigger than last week to you?
Yeah, it does. It is one of those things. Yeah, when you don't see it all the time and you see it, but you.
Yeah, you can tell.
Oh yeah, you can tell. You can tell they grow quickly.
Is there a psychological problem happening with me? Do you think?
No,
am I becoming too attached to this tree?
No, it's actually going pretty well.
Once it's a real tree and in the ground, will I be very protective of it? Like if I see caterpillars making nests?
Quite possibly.
Will I play favorites with this tree?
It could. It's possible because we will have to find it a suitable mate for it to do anything. Of course, it may never happen in our lifetime anyway, but...
And a mate? You mean to grow?
To cross-pollinate.
Or just to produce apples?
To create
I thought
apples.
You said apples because it's too cold here.
We don't
too
know.
Hot here.
We don't know. We never could get a good answer on that.
Oh, okay.
I don't think we got a real good
well, maybe it'll
definitive answer on that.
So here's a question for you. Okay. Based on that. Do you ever find yourself surprised by a plant or tree defying the commonly understood law of that tree? Like you see a coconut tree growing in New Jersey or something like that?
Oh, yeah, I mean, people will try, and I always tell people when somebody's looking and they go, yeah, I don't know if I want to plant that or not. I said, you know what, gardening's a big experiment. I said, just, you can try it if you want. You can put it in that area, see if it'll do. You might get it to acclimate on certain things. We've had folks talking about, the tababuya trees, generally considered something more south, but people try to put it up here. Bougainvillea, for example, is a tropical plant. It's equatorial, so I mean, their climate isn't really a whole lot like ours because their temperatures don't fluctuate
the way ours do.
But we've got and there's a gorgeous one, and right now it is. I really accept to stop in the middle of 27th Avenue is just not something I'm going to do while driving in the morning. But there's one just 2 miles down the street. It's one of the most beautiful bougainvillea because it's been allowed to do what nature says to do. It's huge, but it's a huge bougainvillea bush, and it's the purple, and it's just gorgeous. So, but again, it's one of those things. Can I grow?
I didn't know it was a South American plant.
Yeah, it's actually from Ecuador. It's original. But
that would be Central America.
Central America, I guess that is. Ecuador, yes, okay. My bad.
You do have a phone call.
Great.
Are you ready to take the phone? Mm-hmm. Good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Yes. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
See, we had that lovely half-inch of rain Saturday.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a drought buster, but it's amazing. When I walk through my subdivision with the doggies, you know who's watering, irrigating, and who's not. That darn half an inch of rain, I'm telling you, everybody almost looks the same.
Right. And it is, yeah. And throughout the county, we got different measurements. Well, I should say throughout the state of how much anybody got. But, most definitely, rainwater does something. It's, one of those things. I'm kind of glad we can't explain it.
Yeah, and those lawns, I mean, they look bad. I mean, they were... I thought to myself, boy, they're going to never come back. And son of a gun, just a little half an inch of rain, and they're looking pretty good, almost as good as the ones that have been irrigated.
Right. Even out here, if you look under the horses, last week that was brown. I mean, some of it's still a little dry looking, but it's a lot greener than it was just a week ago.
Yeah, since the weekend and the rain, I've noticed a big up in humidity. Where before we were hot and dry, now we're hot and humid.
Yeah,
I see the grasses when I take the dogs out in the morning. There's a lot of dew and moisture on the lawns now, where before there wasn't. So I would imagine that's helping too.
It is, and of course, unfortunately, that does evaporate, and that does give us some of that humidity. But it is, it is beneficial to the plants, that humidity, and that's where you're getting the fog in the morning too. Is some of that humidity. We're having actually some cool evenings, as compared to how hot the days are.
Yeah,
it's been a little cool, and you wake up and there's a little I know it sounds stupid, a little chill in the air, but when it's May and it's 90 degrees at 2 in the afternoon, 65 degrees at 6 a.m. is cool.
Right.
So that is, that humidity is a benefit too.
When is the official start of the rainy season in May? Like the 15th or the 20th? What do they have for that?
I don't know if there's actually an official day or anything like that, but usually it's near that second half of May when the rainy season should begin. But again, this year I'm not sure how far, how well we're going to do with much rain. I really do think we're in that drought pattern here, which we'll still get some rain, but we'll just be under the amount that we need unless we can get some tropical activity going on.
Yeah. I got a quick question about bees. Do all bees pollinate? The reason I ask, I had a bumblebee chasing me around by my pool the other day, and I was going to swat it, but I thought I better not because it might pollinate. I don't know, do bumblebees pollinate too?
They sure do. They sure do. Huh? Yeah, any of them, anything really that flies is going to be a pollinator, because if they will get in and they'll touch the pollen areas and things, and they visit another plant. If they're nectar drinkers, they're generally going to be a pollinator.
Oh my gosh! Okay, well I'm glad I didn't swat them.
Yeah, even the wasps, all of those different things.
I know, speaking of bugs, I know the love bugs are trying to make a comeback here, but they're very scarce, and I think the past drought really bit into them a little bit.
Yeah. I think so too. That but they are, like you said, I've seen a few, not a whole bunch, and I think that unless I think we'll have a short season. Hopefully they don't stretch long into June or anything like that.
Yeah, I can always tell how bad the bug season is, the love bug season. I do some of my shopping at a Walmart over here on 40 in Silver Springs,
right.
And a lot of shoppers come in from the forest on Highway 40, and those cars are they really get smashed with bugs. But I keep looking around when I'm walking through there, and very few, if any, so it's going to be probably a pretty mild season that way.
Let's hope. We could use a break on some things. I think a few things have been a little bit less. I think I've related recently that I've seen a little less. I'd seen a little less rust issues on some beans and stuff because, again, we were dry in the mornings, like you said, lower humidity. But I'm also seeing an increase or, faster spread of some other things like powdery mildew going through. So it's a give and take on some things. Insect issues are a little bit different. You're going to see more spider mites where you might see a few less I had fewer, or actually I haven't seen any, the bean leaf roller in the Ag Center gardens at least. I don't know about how anybody else is doing at home. And at the Ag Center this year, I didn't see the lubber grasshoppers. I know that they were out and around throughout the community, but I just didn't see them because we used to have them quite populated, the smaller, the little ones, and you'd go through and every Tuesday morning I'd be smashing little bitty grasshoppers and to prevent big grasshoppers. And this year the population was lower, and I believe, again, weather related.
They must come in cycles too, like everything else, huh?
Everything will, and the weather's going to offer, an issue with that we're coming into it, that we are so far down on the year on the amount of rain that we've gotten, that's going to affect it. That the soil moisture's down, all of that's down, so that's going to affect insect, egg hatching, all that.
Right. Okay, well, thank you, and let's keep praying for rain.
That's it. Have a good day.
Thank you, Hugh. Let me take a little break now, and we'll be right back. I just posted, by the way, my update of my my weekly update for my apple tree in a cup. Yeah.
Fantastic.
We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Mostly sunny for this Tuesday. Breezy in the afternoon, high 84 at the coast, 92 inland. Clear Tuesday night, low 67 inland, 76 along the coast. For Wednesday, partly sunny and becoming breezy, high 85 on the coast, 92 inland. Thursday, partly sunny, breezy in the afternoon, high 83 on the coast, 91 inland. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hey, this is Matt Wilkerson from Verizon. You work all day, right? So why would you want to spend your night out shopping for that new phone? Well, Marion County, let me and Verizon help you out. I can deliver to your home or office, saving you precious time. Phone, tablets, internet, home phones, even accessories. Whatever you need, we will deliver free of charge. Call me at the store, 352-528-0020. That's 528-0020.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 572-2510. That's 572-2510.
Here is your 30-second news brief. A vehicle that was reported stolen in Marion County was recovered after a deputy noticed it drive past him and park in front of the sheriff's office. SpaceX launched one of its heaviest communications satellites into orbit last night. Beloved Miami attorney Lee Weisenborn has died at the age of 88. A Jaguar dealership may be coming to Ocala, and record keepers say the first 4 months of 2017 were the hottest in 122 years, breaking heat records dating back to 1895. And that is your news brief from The Source.
Next Generation MD is the future of healthcare now. Listen in the first and third Thursday at 10 a.m. to learn how the future in PRP treatments are here in our area. Find out the many ways that Dr. Juan Jordan, MD, Charles Brooks, NP, and case manager Mark Shaw have brought the family medicine practice to a new level. Hear from the very people that benefit from the fine work they have done in this field. Next Generation MD, every first and third Thursday at 10 a.m. here on WOCA 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
All right, 19 minutes after 9 o'clock. Carol Ann Baldwin is here to talk to you about your lawn, your garden, the rain, my apple tree, everything.
All that fun stuff.
And I would like to mention, if you don't already know it, that Carol Ann started a Facebook page to kind of work interconnectively with this radio show.
Right.
It's a great way for you to share visually what's going on in your garden. I just noticed Kathy Snyder put something there. Joe Niles put something there about a tick.
Okay, I haven't caught up with the updates since I posted, that
your thing.
Come on this morning,
and I just tagged you with my apple tree.
Okay.
My apple tree update.
Well,
see, if I go back to each week, I can see how much it grew in a week.
That's it. You can, and so can everybody else.
I have a gardening 101 question, and forgive me, everybody who's more educated about plants than I am, because I'm probably going to make you say, "Oh my God, you don't know that." But I have a question about this. All right. When you first have a seed in the ground, it gets its food from the ground.
From the seed.
Obviously, there's nothing else, right?
From the seed, actually.
Oh, from the seed, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But the fertilizer in the ground is also food, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And if it's just plain ground that you haven't put anything down, there's some nutrition in soil.
Okay. The bigger it gets, the more leaves it gets, in other words.
Right.
Like my apple tree.
Right.
Does this is going... Gardening 101, I guess, or even kindergarten gardening. Kindergarten gardening. Is it the leaves that make the food? I'm so sorry.
They're beginning to do the photosynthesis, which would be creating a food source for the tree. But they still take up food nutrition from the water, from the soil, because their roots are feeder roots that what the necessary available nutrients that are in the soil can be taken up that way as well. Photosynthesis, taking and converting sunlight into the chlorophyll and sunlight, creating photosynthesis, creating further nutrition. I mean,
So the leaves make food, and the roots
bring other
suck
food
in
and water,
sort of.
and bring up moisture, bring in water, bring in.
So it could, and this, okay, so that answers my kindergarten question. Maybe this is now a first grade question. Can a tree with large root area literally, like,
Live without leaves?
No.
Oh.
No, not that.
No.
Oh, that's a
Okay.
good question, though. Steal the food from the grass. In other words, could it be that the tree is using so much food from the soil that the grass doesn't grow?
That's when people say I want to grow grass in the shade, I always ask the question, how much shade? Part of the reason grass in Florida does not do well in shade are the varieties we need are for full sun. You have competition under those trees for light, for one thing.
Right.
But also you are having competition for water and nutrient from that tree. That tree's bigger and stronger. It's going to steal more water. It's going to take water generally from the deeper areas than what your lawn grasses are going to be. But it is one of those kind of things that when you're putting a fertilizer down across the lawn, if it's there and a tree is near there, that tree's going to grab and snatch that probably a lot more quickly than that lawn would.
Oh gosh! And so another kind of probably elementary question: is each blade of grass an independent plant?
No.
They're not.
No, if St. Augustine is a runner, has
Oh,
a
it's a
rhizome,
it's a big plant.
and so it's much larger plant in the long run.
I was trying to figure out how that one little plant lives.
Right. After we mow it and mow it and mow it, and mow it.
Yeah.
No, they all have a shared root system, and some clump out, some are runners, some have above ground rhizomes, some others have below ground rhizomes.
All right, let me let somebody with some higher level questions on the air. I don't want to monopolize the show with my elementary questions. Good morning. Thank you for calling. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Good morning. I have a question for Carol Ann.
Sure.
I'm kind of learning all about this flower stuff here.
Okay.
And I'm, for lack of better words, I'll call myself a snowbird. I'm about to head north in about a week. Yeah, exactly a week.
Okay.
And I took your advice with roses. I put a few weeks ago. You said put cow manure down,
Yes.
and I went back home to Easter to see my grandkids. Took off like crazy when I came down. Now I got to cut them back, I guess.
Okay.
And I don't know. Do I cut them really low and on an angle so this way I don't have to worry about them burning up over the summer? Because I've been watering them every day, and I can't believe how they took off. I got one branch must have like 30 flowers on it, you know.
Now, are these knockout roses?
I know 2 of them are drift roses. They're small, and then the other ones, I don't know what they are. They were here when I got the house, and I just kind of
probably a good chance that they're knockouts. Knockouts are only going to get about 4 feet high. I really wouldn't.
Oh no, these are higher than that. I'll tell you that it goes up, and then I got like a rose trellis that shoots out.
Okay, then it's a climber. I would leave them alone, let them grow, let them be healthy, let them do their thing here over the summer. Having that extra growth on there is not harming it. Knockouts, if it was a knockout rose, they can be pruned any time of year without hurting anything. The other roses really are a little more particular about when they're pruned. If you've got one that's got flowers on it right now, the only thing I would do is, because those spent flowers are going to hang on there, these won't look real good. If you're going to cut them off, you come down maybe a foot and cut that off at the next leaf axis so it'll branch out from there. The little drift roses, I just let them do their thing. When you come back, you can trim a little bit, but usually we trim most all of our roses in, think of February or even December if it cools down. But February, usually you've gotten a pretty good dormancy going on those, cutting them back, cutting out any dead canes, but let them grow. Let them do their thing right now.
All right. Don't let them do their thing then. All right.
Yep.
Because the drift roses I got, I want a gift certificate from your radio station. Yeah.
Okay.
And I went to Bob Vines, and they recommended the drift roses. So I planted 4 of them, and then we lost 1. So I can't complain too much.
That's not too bad.
Hey, 750, you're in the Hall of Fame if you get hit, right?
Right. There you go.
Sure. So one out of, three, not bad, but it died over the past summer, and I don't think it's getting enough water or sun where they are. The other two were getting the most sun and water seem to be doing the best.
Sure,
But,
and that's they need sun, they need water. That's why a lot of folks are switching it out and putting in like a drip or bubbler irrigation in so that each plant can get the correct amount of water or the same amount of water throughout. But if you got one that's a little more shaded, it's going to struggle a little more.
Okay, all right, I got to find out about some kind of drip. I shut my well off. I shut off because again, I learned on the radio. Again, being a city guy, I had to learn how to live in the sticks here. So they told me to shut the well off when you go up north, which I never thought because if the thing breaks, it'll just keep dumping water in my house. By the time somebody finds it, it'll be
right
up to the windows.
Sure.
So I shut. I don't even have any water on in the house for anything to happen like that.
Okay.
But I'll figure out something.
Okay.
I'll figure out something.
Yeah.
All right, thanks a lot. It's a
You're
pleasure.
welcome.
I'll talk to you in a couple of months when I come back down, but I love listening to your show.
Well,
Thank
you can always listen online. You can always tune in on your computer up north and give us a call. Phone number's still the same. Just add the 352.
Okay, I never even realized that.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I'll try.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Take care.
Thank you. Safe drive. Have a safe trip.
Thanks.
The number is 622-9622. I was just going to say, he just reminded me that we have a gift certificate to give away for Bob Wines.
That's right.
We'll do that during the break, so we've still got another 2.5 minutes. But the phone line is open, so I'll kind of remind you of that in just a minute or two. 622-9622 if you want to be on the air. And don't forget the Facebook page, which is In the Garden.
In the Garden.
In the Garden. Good stuff. So did you see the post that Kathy posted?
Some of her, trying to get...
Summertime. Somebody else posted something, like a challenge to you.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's a photo taken straight down inside of the flower.
What flower?
It's a calla lily.
A calla lily?
Calla lily. That they're sort of a swirl. They're shade growing,
wow.
perennial.
You even posted it on there already.
Yeah.
Oh, and he said beautiful, aren't they?
Yeah.
You must be right then.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Good morning. You're on the air.
Yes, good morning, Larry. And I had a question about my mango tree.
Okay.
It's doing good. I've
Okay.
had fruit on it. I've had a lot more fruit this year, I guess because of the mild winter and such,
Right.
but it's starting to drop fruit.
It's dropping fruit?
Yes.
Okay.
And,
Yeah, they will.
okay.
Yeah, they will. We are in a drought situation. Mango is a tropical fruit, which generally is going to mean it's going to want more water than any of your more temperate fruit. Pears, peaches, things like that. On a regular basis, it's just the amount of water it's going to want. And any fruit tree will shed fruit that it can't hold. If it can't mature that fruit, if it feels like, if that tree says, I have too much fruit on me for the age of the tree, for the conditions it's growing in, it will shed fruit.
Are you saying that maybe I should water it? I water it maybe twice a week.
Yeah, it probably wants water about every day almost.
Okay.
Or you might put a bubbler on there so where you can turn it on. You're not spending a whole lot, but you're putting a couple gallons on it every day.
All righty. I can do that.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, all right. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right, we're up against the break. I promised I'd give away a gift certificate to Bob Wines. It's worth $20. Call me if you want it, 622-9622.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. The president pushing back against criticism after a Washington Post report that he shared highly classified code word information with Russian officials. In a tweet this morning,
writing as president, I wanted to share with Russia at an openly scheduled White House meeting, which I have the absolute right to do, facts pertaining to terrorism and airline flight safety.
Fox's John Decker yesterday.
National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster dismissed the reporting as false.
Two other senior officials who were present, including the Secretary of State, remember the meeting the same way and have said so. Their on-the-record accounts should outweigh those of anonymous sources.
Anheuser-Busch making a push into craft or specialty beers, announcing an $11 million brewery expansion in New Hampshire. And April home construction dipping to its lowest level in 5 months. Fox News, we report, you decide.
You're listening to Love Advice with Leanne. Caller, you're on the air.
Hi, Leanne. Longtime listener, first-time caller. why, in your professional opinion, do you never take my calls off the air?
Is this Carl?
Yep, it's Carl. I mean, we had a few dates, everything was great. I thought,
Well, when you switch to Geico, you could save a lot of money on car insurance.
Okay, awesome.
You should call them.
I will.
Geico, because saving 15% or more on car insurance is always a great answer.
There are two things every parent wants when their child goes to college. For their child to do well and a way to afford it. Now, with Discover Student Loans, parents can have the best of both worlds. Not only do our loans cover up to 100% of school-certified costs with zero fees, but we'll give them a cash reward for each new student loan if they earn at least a 3.0 GPA or equivalent. That means every A in history or B in math could help them earn a cash reward for good grades. Just one of the many ways we treat you like you'd treat you. Apply now in 15 minutes or less at discoverstudentloans.com. Limitations apply.
Hello, gorgeous. Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. Let's get rid of those sun damaged ends and faded out color and get into something rich and vibrant. It's time to get that new look started. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon, 351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is a certified Brazilian blowout salon. We can tame those locks, leaving your hair healthy and shiny with a Brazilian smoothing treatment. And whether you're going on a job interview or out on a date, your hands do a lot of talking. Manicures are a must. Hello Gorgeous is a full-service salon, so let us help you make a great first impression. Call us today to set your appointment at Hello Gorgeous. Our number is 352-351-5358. Again, that's 352-351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is conveniently located in the heart of downtown Ocala, right next to the historic Marion Theater. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, my name is Erica Olstein. I'm a doctor of acupuncture and oriental medicine. Do you have a gout-ridden toe or bowels that move too slow, creaky knees, or how about an asthmatic wheeze? Then acupuncture is sure to please. Come visit me, your primary care physician, Erica Olstein at A Better You Healthcare. Call me at 352-615-5566. That's 352-615-5566.
It's graduation time, and that means lots of celebrations and parties.
Call 861-0011 right now and have Honey Baked Ham prepare your party platters and meals.
Then you, the graduate, friend, and family have time to kick back and enjoy the day.
Honey Baked Ham is located on Southwest 27th Avenue, right behind Best Buy in Ocala.
Call 861-0011.
Pick up and enjoy.
With Honey Baked Ham, every day's a celebration.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Mostly sunny for this Tuesday. Breezy in the afternoon, high 84 at the coast, 92 inland. Clear Tuesday night, low 67 inland, 76 along the coast. For Wednesday, partly sunny and becoming breezy, high 85 on the coast, 92 inland. Thursday, partly sunny, breezy in the afternoon, high 83 on the coast, 91 inland. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
All right, 25 minutes. Where am I? Am I not on the air? Hello? Do you hear me? 25 minutes before 10 o'clock. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. There we go. Carol Ann is here. I should learn how to work this thing one of these days. All right, sorry. I apologize.
That's quite all right.
All right, the phone line is open. The number is 622-9622. If you go online to Facebook and you put it in the garden and join the group, you will be one of a select few. How many people are in the group now?
That's what I was just going to look because you mentioned
60 members.
60 members. Okay.
Let's get one new member today.
See if we can get a new one.
One new member. We need somebody.
Join us in. Join in. Doesn't cost you anything.
Doesn't cost, and it's a fun way to share what's in your garden.
Right. And we just, I post a reminder for the show. If you're somebody, if maybe you've got your phone or whatever that, or you're at a computer at work or you work from home, that I can flip the radio on to,
and the one
tune in on the computer.
The one thing you can be sure of, when you sign up for some of these Facebook pages,
right.
Next thing you know, somebody wants to sell sunglasses on your site.
Right.
Carol Ann,
I don't want sunglasses being sold on the site.
No, you don't want them on your site, and you're not going to sell stuff on their site.
Right.
That's an important part of this. So
that is. It's one of those. Try to that's why it's a closed group and not an open group, so that it's
there's no malware.
Let's hope. Yeah. I do want to do a reminder because today's the 16th already. Wow, where's the time going? Have you ever wanted to be a master gardener? That's we talk about that. We talk about that I am a master gardener. This show's been promoting master gardeners and the extension office since its inception. That's how it began, was actually an extension of the extension office. But master gardener orientation is next Wednesday, May 24th from 10 to noon. So if you're interested, schedule out that block of time, because it is that whole 2-hour period. Learn about the application process, classroom training, the certification process, your continuing education, field trips, monthly meetings, and volunteer service hour requirements. So this is something that you could, if you want to be a master gardener, you want to be able to learn more about the growing around here and then share the knowledge you have. Maybe you're from somewhere else and you were a master gardener in another locale.
Right.
You can become a master gardener here. I don't know if they give you any special preference on any of that in order, or any change in cost. And usually your cost, and that'll be explained during the orientation, cost of the program is generally the cost of training you. That's it. There's no, set fee you've got to pay first. It's the fee is basically your books and learning materials.
It's a really great opportunity. Yes.
It is. If you need more information, call Terry over at the Extension office, 671-8400.
And you have a phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Hey, good morning. I just had a question. My wife's got a camellia plant that she purchased at Bob Wines.
Okay.
And the there's a lot of ants on it, and it seems like she's losing leaves. She puts a lot of water on it, and I know that for a fact.
Okay.
So I know it's not underwater. It could be overwatered.
Yeah,
I'm not quite sure.
It could be. It could be. The ants are probably, she needs to take a look up underneath the leaves on the newer growth, hopefully there is some. Look for some aphids, look for any insect issues. Because there could be a bug issue.
I think they do have some of those. She looked, and little black things underneath there.
Yeah, get just a general purpose insecticide for ornamental plants. You could use the soap, safer soap kind of thing. Realizing safer soap, you will spray more often, though it is less toxic. It doesn't have a residual on it, so it does bring you out there more often, which that's okay too. It gets you out in the yard. Lack of leaves and things. Has it been fertilized yet since planting?
No, ma'am. No,
Okay,
ma'am, it hasn't been.
it might want like a couple handfuls of an azalea camellia fertilizer, and once you say it's getting plenty of water, it might be too much. It's kind of thing, if it's been in the ground, you said several months, it's time to probably back that down, and I would do it gradually, only because you don't want to just cut it off from its supply of water immediately. Start cutting down the amount of time it's being watered and the quantity, the amount of days. So if it's being watered every day, cut that down to every other day and, less watered each time. And then bring it down to like twice a week and get it down to once a week over a period of the next couple weeks.
Perfect. So a little fertilizer, but no ant granules around the base of that.
You could put some ant granulars, but what it is that they're feeding on the aphids. If you kill the aphids off, they're milking the aphids.
Gotcha.
So you kill off the aphids, you get rid of the ants. But you could put a granulated down there as well, or a bait, like an Amdro kind of thing, where they'll take that back to the nest, or just any of the ones. It won't hurt the tree to put it down.
Okay, perfect. Thanks so much for the information. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. Have a great day.
Okay, you too.
Yep.
Good information. So if you wanted to be a master gardener, you could actually cheat by listening to your show, right?
Well, it may be a little bit of help on some of the things, but I mean they've changed the class over the years.
I shouldn't say cheat, but I mean you could bolster your.
Right with anything. Well, that's the same thing when we have continued education as active master gardeners. We're allowed to go sit in on those classes. If we feel like, we find out, they're going to be doing lawns, and lawns isn't my strong point, I can go in and sit on those days, that day where they're doing all lawn things. And so that does offer us the opportunity to continue to learn. And we do have learning things. As I said, your continuing education. Annually, we're required to put in 10 hours of continued education. If you just go to our monthly meetings each month, you're getting generally 1 hour, so you can almost get it just by going. We have a summer institute. It's a day and a half. It's a 10-hour training as well on during the summertime. We have there's the state conference that is, I think, every other year now. It used to be an every year thing, which is usually 20-something hours, because it's over usually about a 3-day period. And, so that's a long, another one that's extended. And you learn so much doing that. It's fantastic. I do have one other thing. I don't have it written down, and I probably should make myself a note to remember to repeat it on a regular basis. Master Gardener Spring Plant Sale was Saturday. And what happened on Saturday? It rained. Though they did have a nice turnout, they didn't sell out this year. So if you're interested and maybe the inclement weather kept you home or prevented you from coming out, on Thursday mornings, and I want to say it's from 9 to noon, it might be 8, but you could call extension and double check before you get there too early. The propagation committee has their work days on Thursdays, and you can come out and purchase. They don't normally do this, but they're going to do it because they've got still too much in order to try to overwinter it, or it's plants too that are just not going to carry through till fall. So these are stuff you're going to want to get in the ground now because you're going to want to enjoy them now. They're pollinator plants, butterfly, hummingbird plants, fruit trees, all kinds of those things. So if you want to call over to the Ag Center, 671-8400, and get a little more information. She's not going to know what trees and things they have, but she will be able to tell you for certain. I know it's Thursdays. I believe it's from 9 to noon, but you could check if you're more of an early bird to try to, to find out if it's 8 o'clock, if anybody's there.
It's a really neat opportunity. Do Master Gardeners have a chapter, I guess, in every city, or?
In Florida, we're in 60 of the 67 counties.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, most of the counties do. I think some are just too small of a county, so they may actually be a branch off of somebody else. They may have a small office somewhere into another.
Do you ever go like to the Keys or something and visit their Master Gardener classes? And do they have different?
They do, because you figure South Florida is a different climate than Central Florida here, and if you were to switch areas, you would probably have to still sit in on some of the classes just based upon the locale. But you can. I mean, you can go if you're on vacation somewhere and you go, what, and as a Master Gardener, I guess really almost as anybody, but you can find out where the local extension office is and go, hey, do you guys have a garden I can come look at? Or do you got any classes going on around? I'm going, I'm a snowbird. I go home, kind of thing. What's going on to where I learn how to do it in my own yard up there as well as down here, because we have, I think, a few snowbird Master Gardeners, or those who just travel. One of my mentors who's passed, he would, when he'd go to Carolina to go visit his daughter, he'd go visit the extension office.
He died?
Yes, he passed a couple years ago. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Did I know?
Yes, you probably did know Bill Miranda.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think you knew him.
All right, we will take a little break, and we'll be right back. We got 15 minutes left. If you have a question for Carol Ann about your lawn, your trees, your garden, your mulch, your fertilizer, your irrigation system, anything, the number is 622-9622. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Mostly sunny for this Tuesday. Breezy in the afternoon, high 84 at the coast, 92 inland. Clear Tuesday night, low 67 inland, 76 along the coast. For Wednesday, partly sunny and becoming breezy, high 85 on the coast, 92 inland. Thursday, partly sunny, breezy in the afternoon, high 83 on the coast, 91 inland. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Mr. Webster defines a caterer as someone who provides food and refreshment. Whether you are looking to provide an excellent meal and a refreshment for a small group, party, business meeting, or a large get-together, Honey Baked Ham, 2709 Southwest 27th Avenue in Ocala, will provide the delicious breakfast, lunch, or dinner items of your choice. No need for you to fret over the details. Let Honey Baked Ham handle it all. Call Honey Baked Ham today at 352-861-0011. That's 861-0011.
Hey Ocala, this is Kelly Hart, Executive Editor of Ocala Magazine. Did you know last year Ocala Magazine won more awards and excellence than any other publication in Florida? And this year, Ocala Magazine was named Best Consumer Magazine in the state. Now you can join me every Friday at 10 a.m. on Ocala Magazine Radio, where we bring the pages of Ocala Magazine to life, right here on The Source. Ocala Magazine thanks you for making us number one. And remember, there is only one Ocala Magazine.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to tune in to the first and third Thursday of the month at 11 a.m. to learn about the latest advances in healthcare available right here at home. Ocala Regional Medical Center and Strive have teamed up to bring the most qualified medical professionals on the air to answer your questions and bring information to help you in your decisions concerning your health. Again, that's the first and third Thursday. Health matters.
Hospice of Marion County has an urgent need for volunteers to share a conversation with someone, run errands, hold someone's hand. All you need is a willingness to help others. Our volunteers believe the blessings they receive far exceed the services they offer. Will you consider serving, caring, and making a difference? Call today, 873-7441. Hospice of Marion County, making more moments of life possible.
All right, 12 minutes before 10 o'clock. Nice looking. Oh my gosh, isn't this the kind of day? Do you ever play hooky? Do you ever play hooky? You know,
No,
you
I
don't ever either.
No, I never, and I never did actually, even as a kid in high school, except for the week before I moved to Florida.
Oh, is that right? The week before?
That week before, yeah. I was like, okay, it's a week to blow everything.
Feel like you're doing
really
something
didn't matter.
so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you're going to suspend me from school. Sorry, I'm flying to Florida in the morning. You can suspend me if you wanted. No, it was funny. Hugh brought up a thing earlier about, the bumblebee bee, that came by. Bumblebee. I call them bumblebee bees. They're the great big ones, and I think they're cute. I mean, if you look at him, you go, really? Nobody's ever told him he can't fly. That's why he can do it. But they'll get in. Oh, right. Yeah, I've heard that. Because they're so fat. You'll see them get into the Mexican petunia flowers, and it really is like he's trying. Makes you think of Winnie the Pooh trying to wiggle in there, and you see this whole flower just shake it, and this, you look in it, and here's the butt of this bumblebee just wiggling around, and it's just it's amusing to me. But then again, I'm amused by insects and bugs and lizards and stuff.
There was an article this morning that we had, a news story about a vending machine that sells food items made out of insects.
Well, Discovery Science Center used to sell the lollipops with crickets in them and things like that.
I remember that. Yes.
Because my daughter had
That's horrible. Would you eat that?
Toasted cricket in a.
Did you ever try it?
You know what my daughter did? I think she ate it before I got a chance. So it was
How
like,
old was she?
8 years old, something like that. Yeah,
8-year-old eating a cricket.
Yeah. Like crunchy. I'm sure they're probably pretty good. Toast and put a little wasabi powder on them. Do them like wasabi peas and just sit there and munch on them. But no, he was talking about pollinators, or asked was it a pollinator, and I said they all are. And I picked up this morning, happened to pick up a neat little pamphlet that's over there at Extension. And can you get it elsewhere? It's IFAS, Florida Museum, Operation Pollinator, Forestry Service, and ICP. Which I'm not sure what ICP stands for. I was trying to look and see if I could find it really fast. Florida Museum, Forestry, Butterfly Conservation, initiative, but it's called Native Insect Pollinators of the Southeastern United States, and it's beyond the honeybee. Encouraging planting native wildflowers, providing nesting habitats, spraying wisely. I'm glad they don't say just don't spray. Spray wisely. Limit your use of pesticide. Be a little more of a steward. Can you use the least toxic one first to solve your problem, or can you pull that weed before you grab the bottle of weed killer? Or is that weed really a weed, or could that be a wildflower feeding somebody else? Butterflies, if you're looking to encourage them into your landscape, realize that they do have a life cycle of egg and the larvae and the pupa and then the adult, and that when you're in that larvae, they're feeding, they're voracious feeders, and they're going to decimate plants, and they're supposed to. That's what they do. It's a symbiotic relationship. Of course, the more of those larval plants you put in, the larger the population is going to be on the caterpillar. And you have to realize it's nature. You're going to lose some of them. Not all of them are destined to survive. I hate to say, even in humans, we have some children who never are brought forth, alive into the world. Same with our puppies, with our cats and our dogs, that sometimes even in a litter, you lose one. Mm-hmm. It happens. It's nature. That's the way it's supposed to be. But so, when you go running out, I need more, maybe you just encourage them to be too productive. That they laid too many eggs. A well-fed feral cat will reproduce a lot. An underfed feral cat's generally not going to reproduce because it can't survive on its own.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So it's one of those kind of things. So watch when you do, how you're doing. Don't think everybody's going to survive. They said, sweat bees, cuckoo wasps, potter wasps. Cuckoo wasp. Yeah, they're kind of an iridescent green there. Potter wasps are those ones that you'll find a little, and it almost looks like a little clay pot hanging on something. It has a little tiny hole. It's a little tiny, not even the size of a thimble usually, which if anybody knows what a thimble is anymore. I just thought of that. Oh my Lord.
This audience knows.
And usually has a little neck on it. Almost looks like a little squat vase of some type. Uh-huh. And those are also another pollinator.
Can I ask you to settle a wasp debate?
Okay.
A wasp debate.
I can
Two
try.
sides to the debate. One side says if you have a wasp nest, you spray and you leave the nest. Mm-hmm. The other one says you spray and you knock down the nest. Which is the best way to do it?
I think initially you spray the nest. If it's somewhere where they're going to come in the house or someone's in danger of being stung, spray the nest and leave it and allow that pesticide to work. Because there are other ones out that will come back to it. You need that pesticide to be able to be absorbed by that nest,
okay.
and then take it down. Once you've taken it down, this was something we learned as a child. Wash that area well, and we did this by 6 children knocking down a wasp nest and spraying and all the rest of it, and not having that nest come back, which was good. Clean that area where it was. There's probably something there that it's attaching itself to. If it's a nail or something that's poking out, hammer that back up in or remove it if it was something no longer useful. Clean it up, all good. Paint it again. Put a little coat of paint. You're covering and removing the pheromone that brought them back every time. So you may actually be able to get rid of them. And it's like I said, it was a group of kids in the summertime getting rid of a wasp nest in front of a friend's door.
Did you get stung?
No, nobody got stung, but I'm sure if it was something on video, it would have looked like something the Little Rascals would have been doing. One with the can of spray, one with a stick, one with a fly swatter, and kind of thing. But we took care of them. But take a look around, realize what's out there. There's bugs are good. I mean, bugs are interesting. There's bad bugs. There's good bugs. We have
all the bugs. I'm so happy to hear you say bugs are good.
Bugs are good. I know that. Yeah,
they're listening out there right now.
I'm sure
they're saying, "Did you hear that?"
Well, maybe I won't get stung by anything.
Did you hear?
I knock wood. I run my arms through flowers and plants all day that have wasps, and most of them are all solitary wasps. They won't bother you.
Did you ever hear this? That a wasp or a bee can look at you and do facial recognition and know that you're the good one?
I've heard that, and I have had them do that whole thing where they come up and they're inches from your nose and they're going and just sitting there hovering, and you're going, go away.
Blow them away.
Blow them away. Go away.
But do you believe that they actually will recognize you as somebody who won't hurt them if they see you in the garden?
Well, or possibly that you didn't start swinging at them immediately. I guess that's possible. And because I do know, and this comes in from when my husband was stung multiple times that 1 year, that when I went to his assistants, they had pheromone to him. When he squished the first one, that first one let out a signal and he was swarmed. Well, when I got to him to help him, and I'm brushing them off of him, yes, I got stung, but I only got stung about 10 times, and that's because I was squishing them on, with my hands. I'm brushing them off of him, and some got onto my shoulder and stung me, in a defense. But he was stung over 100 times.
So they were attacking him.
They were attacking him because he had disturbed their nest, and they put their pheromone to him, not to me.
That's scary.
So there is a, That's
scary. So don't mess with the bees.
It was a ground wasp. So
don't mess with the wasp.
Yeah,
don't mess with anything.
Yeah, don't mess with them. Don't poke a stick in a hornet nest. It will not be a good outcome for you.
Better song.
Yeah.
That's a better song than the Bill Nye song.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if you heard the Bill Nye song. Good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Hey, Larry. Hey, Carol. Hey, I have a question for her.
Yes.
It's not about bees or anything, but I have these fungus things. It's like moss, like Spanish moss hangs out of a tree.
Right.
But these are like little balls, and they float from trees to trees, and they keep spreading from trees. How do I get rid of these things?
It is a moss. You could spray with a copper fungicide because it's an air plant. It's Tillandsia. It's related to bromeliads, and so copper is toxic to those plants. So you can spray them. You can just pluck them off. They actually have a very pretty flower.
I know, but they're getting so thick and so heavy. They're all over the tree. It's killing the tree.
It's not killing the tree. The tree's struggling for another reason, and the moss population starts to grow when it starts to be like that. Yeah, when the leaf, and I mean, sometimes then you'll get such a population that it doesn't benefit the tree, but the moss in itself has no roots into that tree, so it may cover leaves. Yeah, you can just pluck that stuff off. There's no roots, but you could spray with a copper fungicide and knock that back. Tree could have a little TLC, or it might be the end of the life cycle for that tree. I don't know how old the tree is.
I don't really know how old it is, but it's always in my yard.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and I mean, trees have a lifespan as well, and sometimes, or we need to improve the growing conditions where they're at. If they're mulched too deeply, if they've not been fertilized, if they're being underwatered or overwatered, I may spray if it's something that's struggling and you really want to try to save it. Get a hold of a liquid copper fungicide, spray it down well per the instructions, which there is instructions in those that'll say for moss, and just maybe do a little TLC on the plant.
Okay, I'll do that.
Sounds good.
Thank you very much.
You're quite
Appreciate
welcome.
You very much.
Thanks.
Thank you for the call. Wow, it went fast.
Yes, it did.
So,
always does.
Are you working today?
Yes, I am. I close, so I'll get home about 11:30 tonight.
For those who don't know, Carol Ann volunteers to do this radio show every week. Thank you for doing that, Carol Ann.
Oh, hey, my pleasure.
All right, we will take a little break and be right back. If you want to visit Carol Ann, you go to Lowe's down in Lady Lake.
Down in Lady Lake, that's where it is.
We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. AP reporting that a European official says it might stop sharing intel with the U.S. if President Trump did give classified information to Russian officials, as reported in the Washington Post. This as the president tweets a defense this morning in the face of questions about the classified information, which,
according to the Post, came from a U.S. ally, which had not given permission for it to be shared with Russia. Russia has called the Post story fake. A spokesman for House Speaker Paul Ryan said the speaker hopes for a full explanation of.
Fox Radio's John Decker. National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster had dismissed the reporting as false.
But they will